and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Monday, 23rd day of August, 15th day of Elul. Today, I want to give you a few more halachas about dipping the apple in honey and some laws that go along with that. For that, let's go straight to the Mishnah Brura and do a few important points here. First of all, the Mishnah Brura says, even though you're saying the bracha on you're eating the apple after you've said a bracha of hamotzi on the bread, mikol makom tzarech levarech alav. You still need to make a borei pri ha'etz on the fruit. It is true that when you make a hamotzi, the hamotzi covers for pretty much all brachos throughout the meal, except for some exceptions here and there. And this apple is one of those exceptions. It's not something that gets eaten with bread. It's not like the bracha on bread includes it in it, along with it, and therefore you have to make a borei pri ha'etz on the apple. Now, the next thing the Mishnah Brura adds, and this is important too, v'yomar habakasha achar haschalas ha'achila. You should say the Yehi Ratzon, that we should have a sweet year, just like we just dipped the apple in honey. You should make that bakasha after you have a little bit of the apple. Mipnei she'asr lahafsik ben bracha lachila, because you're not allowed to have any break between the bracha and the eating. So you make the bracha, you eat a bite of the apple, and then before you eat bite 2, 3, and 4 of the apple, that's when you say the Yehi Ratzon. Okay, now we want this to be a sign of a sweet new year. And therefore, this is famous, and I think a lot of you already knew this, and just showing to you that it's straight out of the Mishnah Brura. And therefore, there are people who hold themselves back from cooking things in vinegar, like borscht. That's one of his examples, Uchadoma. And if you eat fish as a sign of being fruitful and multiplying, ein mevashano sobachomets, make sure also not to cook it in vinegar. That would be a sign of a sourish kind of year, which we don't want to show. And lastly, this is important too. He says, look, we're trying to make signs of the way the year begins is the way the year will be. And therefore, he says it is simple that people should not get angry at each other at these times of the year. Besides that, it's a great isser to get angry at fellow Jews, but also, that's a pretty big reason right there, but also because as a siman tov, you should want to be happy and sort of trusting in Hashem that you're going to have a very good new year. And therefore, if you start your year off with fighting with people, that's a very bad sign for the sweetness of the coming new year. So let's recap here. You make a bracha on the apple, borei pri ha'etz. Then you eat the apple right away. Then you make the bakasha. And the bakasha shows you that you want to show signs of a sweet new year. Therefore, don't eat vinegar at your Rosh Hashanah meals. And also, you should be careful not to get into fights. May I add on my own, and don't invite people to your home that you know you often argue with and have. Of course, you want to bring guests into your home and maybe even try to make up with people that you haven't done well with, but someone that you know is going to tell you lashon hara or argue with you, and it's going to just be a terrible sign for the beginning of the year. Arrange as best as you can that things like that don't happen. Certainly try to make up with those kinds of people, and arrange that there aren't machlokas at the beginning, at the sign, as you set the tone for your coming new year. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye. Ksiva v'chasima tova.